So tell us how did you get started? And I know we've been through this a few times.
Correct.
Yeah, but let's make
To
a
the
video
nuts and
about
bolts?
Gary Steele. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I graduated from New Mexico State University and never been to Central Texas before. Being from Las Cruces, New Mexico, it's all desert.
Yeah.
Came to Austin. Went out with some friends on 6th Street,
Yeah.
and I was sold.
Yeah.
So I moved over here after I got my
That
college
was when
degree.
6th Street was fun.
That was when it was fun. And started working with a subcontracting company, and I was their supervisor, and I speak Spanish. I got to learn the business. When I did my characterization, I'm a D.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning once I learned the business, I'm going to start my own business.
Right.
Yeah. And so I did. So I was a production supervisor for them for 4 years. And on my 5th year, I broke out on my own. Then a year later, I met who is going to be my first wife,
Yeah.
my only wife.
Yeah.
And we were renting a home, and I just, let's go buy a house. And the market was good back at this particular time. You can get a good deal, and the interest rates are low.
Mm-hmm.
So shortly after we got married, I got my real estate license. And the reason I got my real estate license is because I was going to do an FHA loan, 3% to
As your
get
down
in
payment.
for your
Yeah.
down payment. And
Yeah.
it was 3% commission.
Yeah.
And so I went to night school and got my real estate license. And we went and bought a house. And then 2 weeks into the deal, having my license, I was talking to my broker at the time, Rafe Jackson with Jackson Properties over there in Oak Hill. And I asked him if I can do an open house, and he goes, "What?" I go, "Does anybody have an open?" And we're doing this at a team meeting. And he stood up and he goes, "Did you guys hear that? A first-timer comes in here and wants to do an open house, and what's wrong with you guys? How come you guys don't do open houses?" And I'm just like this. And anyway, one of the guys said, "Well, I have a house you can do an open house on." So I said, "Cool, let's do it." And I did the open house, and I sold it.
So even back then, agents had a hard time doing open houses. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their mindset wasn't there.
That's amazing that problem has transgressed like all generations and decades.
Yeah, it was their mindset. So I did the open house. The guy didn't buy it right away, but he liked the house. He wanted more information. Got him into information, and about a week later, I had him under contract on the open house that I did.
On the open house, okay.
On the open house that I met him at, and that was quick, easy money. And quick, easy money is a good thing.
Yeah.
So about 2 weeks later, I did the same thing, and this was back when they would do, it was either FHA or VA, I don't remember, but you had to you had to take a class to do open houses on these empty houses.
The HUD homes, right?
The HUD homes,
Yeah.
yes. So you got it right there. So I went and did a HUD home, and they said that you had to be really early, I mean, not like how early? He goes, "You really need to get there about 6:30
In the morning.
in the morning, because everybody's going to take the good home. During the week, you could drive to all the HUDs, you get a list. You could drive to see which ones you want to do. And so I picked one out, and it was nice, and I said, I want to do it on this one. And so sure enough, I got up early, and I got there on time and did the open house. And same thing, sold it.
Wow.
So back to back in 2 weeks, I don't remember. I think I was making $2,500 in commission, but it was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Especially doing it twice.
Yeah.
So, being new in Austin area, I didn't know very many people at all, other than the people that I worked with. And I knew that I needed to make connections. I knew I needed to go out there and lead generate.
Yeah.
And the fastest way to do it, backing up to those 2 open houses that I sold, I made some connections with buyers coming in.
Yeah.
And now I'm working with them as well.
Yeah.
So I knew that it was, if he could make a connection, I could get the sale done. And failure was not an option. I was unemployed, going into the real estate business because I sold the business. And failure was not an option. So I decided that I'm going to do open houses every weekend and see what I can do.
Yeah.
So about a year and a half, 2 years roll by. Then I started keeping a list of the paper that has lines going through it. I forget what they call that. But I would put the guy's name, the date that I met him.
The sign-in sheet?
The sign-in sheet.
Yeah.
And which house they were at, their contact information. And so I did that. And over a course of a year and a half, 2 years, I went through that whole sheet. And the reason why I put it all on one sheet is because when I do property tours and I'd see a really nice house, I would go through my little notes on the sign-in sheet because I'd make notes what they're looking for, whatnot. And I'd see something that would connect, and I'd call them up and I'd say, hey, man, I think I found your house.
Yeah.
On property tour. And he goes,
Yeah.
Really? And this was back in the day when we didn't
So you're out previewing, you know what they're looking for,
take pictures.
take pictures. That hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed, right? And so about a year and a half, 2 years into it, I figured out, I went down and yellow lined all my solds. And it's out of 11 open house contacts, I sold one.
Okay. So you knew your numbers.
I knew my numbers, 1 out of 11. And I wanted to do 2 deals a month. So that means I needed to do 22
You needed 22.
leads.
Yeah.
So I did open houses every single weekend. Failure was not an option. I needed to get 22 sales a month. 2 sales a month out of the 22. I was doing it. I was starting to kill it. And voila, here I am. Now, Rafe Jackson, my broker at the time, said, Gary, back then, every 5 years is the turnaround from a buyer buying a house.
Yeah.
In 5 years, they're going to sell and either downsize or upsize or move out of town or
That's
whatnot.
right. Yeah. I think it's between 7 and 9 now.
Yeah. And I did it every single weekend except when the Longhorns played.
Yeah.
And the Dallas Cowboys played because no one would come to the open house.
So you would not do them on football weekends?
No. And also the open house had to be the house that I did the open house. Don't waste your time on a home that doesn't look good from the outside.
Yeah.
Because I would see them drive up
And drive off.
And drive off. And so
curb appeal matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And any of you that are out there, you can always call me because I'm a magician at open houses. But that's how it went.
What's one of your secrets in the open house?
On the open house?
Yeah.
Well, if you do it on an empty open house and it's got curb appeal,
Yeah.
right? I would let the seller know. I said, well, listen, there's might be a time or two that I might have to leave the house either to go grab something to eat or what have you for about 30 minutes at the most.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to lock up the door or do you want me to keep it open for the open house and they can come through? And because I'm doing it all day.
Yeah, you do them for 6 or 8 hours.
Yes. Yeah. And so I can't stay and put in 6 to 8 hours in
Right.
an open house with no TV and a couch.
Nothing to do.
I got to bring my own chair in there. So, and I did that just for the fact that if somebody came in and wanted to see a house in the neighborhood real quickly, then I could just run down there and show them the house.
Yeah.
That got me the commitment because now they know that I'm who I am. And then I can do a good job for them.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah. It works,
So,
right? And you have to be there long enough throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like people try to
Yes.
jam an open house into 2 hours or an hour and a half in a day. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're just wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would leave a note on the countertop saying, help yourself here at the open house. I went to go grab a quick bite. I'll be right back. And that's how it worked, And I told the sellers, too, that being an empty house, they didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So doing empty houses, nice-looking homes
Yeah.
was a good thing for me. And I knew I got more business that way than, any other way, unless it was a really, really nice home. Then,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Did you do open, like you're just out there trying to build your database, and then you moved into another kind of marketing tactic, farming. Yeah.
Yes.
How long did it take you to make that transition?
right when I moved into my subdivision.
Okay. So when did that happen? How many years into real estate?
That
were you?
was well when I bought my house in 90.
Okay.
But I didn't start doing that until 95, 94, 95. I just said, I'm gonna farm, and I was the only one out of our office farming.
And farming means that you're, on a regular cadence, usually once a month, you're sending information to people's houses
Yes,
via mail.
yes.
Yeah.
So I did it every quarter. That I would do the number of solds, actives, pendings, and I would also do newsletters. And every quarter, I would do just a quick newsletter about the community or what any events that were coming along. Right before school starts, I throw out a newsletter, watch out for the kids and the buses, this and that. And next thing you know, I've got 4 or 5 houses for sale in Sunset Canyon.
Yeah.
Right. And it started working. And then I'd get a phone call and they would say, Gary, we see your signs all over Sunset Canyon. What's going on? And over the years, I sold over 150 homes in Sunset Canyon.
And that was out of 1,000 homes are in there?
1,000 now. I would say back then it was probably 750.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. And then Jackson Properties being the way it is, because it was a kind of Oak Hill, Dripping Springs brokerage firm.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people would come in off of, let's say, from Round Rock or North Austin. And they come into Sunset Canyon, they looking at homes like that, and they would tell me that they have a home for sale. And I said, well, I'd love to come out and do a market analysis for you. He said, Jackson Properties? I don't think so. So then I started working it going, you know what? I need to change to a firm that is broadcasting all across Austin.
Yeah.
So I went to Keller Williams.
Yeah. That was why you did the switch.
That's why I did the switch. So
you could start selling houses with
all
authority.
the way up
and
to Georgetown.
All the way up to Georgetown. Were there a lot of people moving to Dripping Springs back then?
Yes.
Yeah. There still are.
There still are.
Yeah.
A lot of people moving. But I had a niche on that, and now they couldn't help but me go take a leap,
Let you end up there?
Yeah.
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 That's interesting. It's funny the things and like how you land in life you're trying to fix a problem, and in that case it's an objection that you're trying to overcome sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
That's, in Jackson Properties, I know them. They did a great job for decades, down that corridor. Yeah.
But just in that corridor.
Yeah.
But I was not getting North Austin listings.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So
And you wanted them.
I went up to Rafe and I said, Rafe, I want to do more than just Oak Hill and Dripping Springs. Mm-hmm. I said, I want to do Central Texas. And he tried to keep me there and, bless his heart, but I had a big vision. So
then what? Then what'd you do?
Well, residential, I did residential because it was the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But, in my teenage years, my mom married a pecan farmer. I was 12, 13 years old. And so I worked on a farm summers and weekends and after school and events and stuff like that. I would work on my pecan farm. So I was a natural at farms and ranches. What really got me going is I went and asked for the Wimberley Rodeo. I asked if I could sponsor or advertise in their arena. And so I had a big old sign made up. And that brought me tons of business. Then I did a lot of farm and ranch.
Yeah. For how long?
Golly. I've been doing it for 25 years.
Farm and ranch?
Mm-hmm.
So ranches are good?
Yes. For me, they're good because I'm an outdoorsman. I fish and hunt, ski, and I'm just outdoorsman. And it's just natural for me to be out in the woods or the open air.
You speak the language?
I speak the language.
Yeah, which is helpful.
And remember, it's all about connections.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So I could talk about pecan farms all the time.
Yeah.
And back into residential, so you got to get that connection.
Yeah.
So
your personality, like not everybody has your kind of personality. So there's some struggles, I think, for people when they get into real estate about how to connect. Do you have advice for people like that?
uh,
I think it would be
yeah,
okay to say don't do real estate.
no, you're too shacked up. You need to get out
Yeah.
and get out. When your kids go out and have events, whether it's dance or sports or whatever, and the people sitting around you, you need to start talking to them. And
You wear a name badge a lot of the time
of course,
still. Yeah.
I was going to wear my name badge for this.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't, but I got 2 ranch listings just wearing it in the post office.
Yeah. And you wear a hat usually, and your truck has real estate on it.
Mm-hmm. You got it, yeah.
You're not shy. And he's a cool dude, so it's not corny to market yourself.
No. I mean, when I wear my badge, if you go to the post office, grocery store, you go out to just anywhere, wear your real estate badge. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not?
Yeah.
What if somebody came up and says, "Hey, you're a realtor"? That's how mine is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're a realtor. Yes, ma'am, that's me. Oh, I got like 25 acres in a little house back over here in Johnson City that I'm looking to sell. And I go, oh, I can get her done for you.
Yeah.
And I can get her. It's not have proper etiquette, right?
Right.
I can get it done, but
Yeah.
I get her done. That's country, right? So
Yeah.
you'll start learning a little bit of a twist here and there.
Yeah. So let me ask you about farm and ranch. What is one of the biggest mistakes you've seen agents make in trying to do farm and ranch without having a lot of experience or guidance?
Oh, golly, there's a ton of them. You need to know about mineral rights.
Yeah.
And what conveys, and you got to find out what the owner owns. And he may not know what he owns.
Yeah.
Right. You got to find out is there any buried trash piles anywhere? Because then you're messing with the ecosystem. And it's okay to have a trash pile over there. You just need to know where it's at.
Yeah.
And because you might be required by the buyer
To clean it up.
because you're going to have to disclose in that farm and ranch seller's disclosure that it's going to ask you, is there any dump sites?
Which are common.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, they didn't, they just took their stuff over to a ravine and dropped it in there and
Burned it, tossed it over.
Correct. And when it got full, they would just cover it up with dirt. And then you got about the boundaries.
Yeah.
You'll get a survey on the boundary. Let's say it's just fenced in, and you ask them, when's the last time you had do you have a survey? Well, no. And I go, well, have you ever had a survey? Yeah. Can you get it? No. And I go, well, it's a good chance that the buyer's going to require us to do the survey. And I'll tell you a quick story. I sold a ranch one time, same thing, talking about the fence lines, and we did a survey, and the survey was 100 feet off the fence line.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. So you got to get that thing knocked. You got to prepare the seller, if you're representing the seller, to he's going to have to pay for a survey. You go, well, I don't want to pay for a survey. And I go, you want to get your property sold?
Yeah.
You think somebody wants to come in here and buy the ranch?
Not know where it is. Yeah.
And knowing that they're short 200 feet, that the fence is 200 feet past the boundary line, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little things, but you'll do all that in your farm and ranch classes.
Yeah.
To get all that nailed out.
And how to navigate that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to get into farm and ranch, take the farm and ranch classes, get certified.
And get help. You get somebody that you can partner up with.
Yeah.
That's experienced to walk you through it.
You have 35 years. I've heard a lot of your scripts, and like we don't have time to get them all in there, but you're a wizard at these things. If you were to talk to an agent, and I mean this for agents that have some experience, not new agents, but agents that are out there, maybe they're kind of in the struggle. In 35 years, you've been through what, 4
Downturns.
Downturns. This being the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice right now?
I got into this business in a downturn. So if you're doing it full time, failure is not an option. So you're going to have to make a way.
Yeah.
You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You just have to have that mentality that you got to get after it. You can't wait for business to come to you. You've got to go out and get it.
Yeah.
And whenever there's an opportunity, you got to be listening. Got to be listening. Another step here, I used to go to Jim's restaurant Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this. This is good.
And I would sit at the, I don't want to call it a bar, but it's at the, Jim's has that bar area where you're looking straight into the kitchen and whatnot and eating. And I'd hang out there and I'd keep an eye on that door, and the door comes as soon as somebody grabbed a real estate magazine and went over and sat over in that table. And I see who they are, and it's a family or whatever. So now I'm analyzing how I'm going to approach them. And I come up with my approach conversation. And I act like I'm walking by, and I say, "Oh, you got a real estate magazine here." Gary Steele, Jackson Properties office is right down the road right here.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from? You local, or where are you guys from? Conversation's going. If I can get connected with him, I'll go with that connection. But eventually I'm going to ask, "What are you doing looking at a real estate magazine?
Yeah.
You looking to buy in the area, or where?" "Well, we're thinking about it. We're working with an agent." "Well, who's your agent?"
Yeah.
"Oh, Jimmy."
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Back to this again.
Jimmy Watson. You go,
Yeah.
"Jimmy Watson? I haven't heard of a Jimmy Watson. Where's he works this area?" And he goes, "No, he's in Georgetown." "You're using an agent from Georgetown to buy a house out here in Oak Hill, Dripping Springs? Are you kidding? Really?" I said, "He doesn't know anything about this stuff. I'm saying that. He might prove me wrong, but
Yeah.
don't you want to work with a local expert? What if you give me what you're looking for, and what if I connected with you?
Yeah.
And I do these property tours twice a week. Give me what you're looking for. If I start giving you some information that you know that you need an expert in the area, I'm available." And you just keep doing stuff like that. And when you go to a football game and you hear Joey and Marge talking about when they're going to put their house up for sale, just down below you, is that an opportunity?
Yeah.
It's a big opportunity.
But you have to do the work. They're not going to just be automatically drawn to you.
No. Hey, you got a moment? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I heard that you're thinking about selling your house.
Yeah.
You have to do that or don't get in the business.
Yeah.
That's called opportunity is right there. That is
It's
yours
marketing.
for the taking.
Yeah.
Yours for the taking. That's the easiest stuff because they're going to sell. They just told you they're going to sell or you overheard it.
Yeah.
Get them. Find a connection.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So it's, these downturns last a while. They always last longer than people want them to,
Yes.
right? We're probably halfway through this one,
Yeah.
would be my guess.
Yeah.
What are your, how did you get through the last couple? I mean, was it everyday mindset?
Yes, it
Nope.
was worrisome.
Yeah.
So the first one you go in is usually your worst because you don't know what to expect and whatnot.
Yeah.
But after that, you gotta throw some money into the kitty, and you gotta have a savings account, and you gotta throw money in there for stuff like that. So pay the bills when you go through a downturn. However, once you make it through the downturn and it turns over, you are going to be
You're in a really good position.
in a really, really good position.
So you also do, you do some high-end, other than ranches, you do some high-end residential real estate.
Yes.
And when did that kick in for you?
It kicked in sooner than the farm and ranch did,
Okay.
just because they're residential. When I was doing the residential open house thing, you get into people that want higher, they want $1 million house.
They went more land, bigger house,
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah. The deal is that if they know that you're going to work for them and you're going to find their place, they're going to let you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to work.
If you're going to work,
Tell them the truth.
tell them the truth. I would contact my people every week, every single week. Just let them know, hey, I went to this deal. I kind of saw something. Didn't look too good. Kind of nifty, but if you're interested, I can send it to you. Or, yeah, I'm not interested in that location. You know.
But you stay in touch.
Right?
Even
Oh,
if
you
you had
got to
nothing
stay
to
in
talk
touch.
about.
They
Yeah.
might not want a corner lot. They might want a cul-de-sac lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy to do. Do a cul-de-sac search in the whole area that you're working there, and you find them a cul-de-sac. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm a phone call away, so just call me if you need any help.
I think one of my favorite. I've always admired you, right?
Okay.
I've always thought you had a really good business. You have a good personality, but a no BS mission about you. And I always and I remember when I was in Lakeway years ago, I knew who you were because I could see your sign and I'd see it at some of the property tours and we'd get down in there. And I always thought like he's like a stand-up guy doing a good job running a good business, like a no BS kind of kind of thing. And and then but I never really got a chance to get to know you until like just a few years ago.
Right.
You know, when I was at Keller Williams, when I'm still
ALC.
there on the ALC. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I kept bugging you. I was just like, what are you doing? Like, what's your exit strategy? Like, because I'm trying to figure it out for myself. Like, how do we get out of this? When do we get out of it? Because it goes on forever.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody calls you and you're like, oh, I know these people. I want to help them. Right.
Yeah.
So, and then I think, with the way technology and everything's changed, like there was I felt like I could call you and say, hey, I think I can help with something. Technology and support and marketing, because the marketing's it's
different.
It's different. It's still the same. Nothing's changed from what you used to do. In fact, we now have to train people to do that again.
What?
Get off your computer and go talk to people.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse when they said, can you just text me? And I don't want to text.
No, it takes forever.
Answer my phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, what if I say something wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can't, because you can't tell intention or mood or anything in a text.
Yeah, and if you don't read back through it,
Yeah.
and somehow sex got into the paragraph or something, I didn't say that.
Yeah. There's some weird, yeah. Okay. But it was like, I felt like it was an easy, I knew that we could support you.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew you have a huge database and we have the systems that help kind of bring some of that stuff back to life.
Yeah.
And then you have a lot of business and but you've said like you're kind of ready to not retire, but you're just kind of ready to not worry about so much of the other stuff. You want a team of people to help you with the logistics and
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I need the if I may say, I'm 66 years old and I've been in the business 35 years. I got my license when I was 31.
Yeah.
And I'm 66. I'm still die hard, want to get the house sold, all that kind of stuff. But I have not kept up with technology the way that business is being done today.
Yeah.
And I need a platform that can help me out. And I think the Bernie Group, to me, has all those bells and whistles of everything. And by partnering up with you, I think is going to help the business on my side tremendously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the goal, is for it to continue to grow, but you don't have to worry about all the back-end stuff, everything else.
Everything.
Yeah.
So if you gotta stay up with the Joneses, and I'm not staying up with the Joneses, and I want what's right for my customers
Yeah.
and my past clients and relatives and friends. I want the best for you, and I can't do it on my own anymore. I mean, I can give you support and all that kind of stuff and the rah-rah and get your house sold, but somebody needs, in the inner depths of that technological world out there,
Yeah.
you guys got your stuff together.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
And it's desperately needed in real estate nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's the way to go. And that's partnering up with you, I think, is a great way to handle that objective on my end that concerned me.
Yeah.
Because I want the best for my clients.
For your people. Yeah. Yeah, and they deserve the best, right?
deserve
so you
the
got
best.
it's your job to make sure it's the
Yeah.
right one. Well, I mean, obviously you bring a wealth of experience to us.
Yeah.
Ranch and land, which is something that, I've
Happy
always,
to help.
it's in a lot of local families. Yeah, it's a big deal. So thank you
Sure.
for picking us, man.
You bet.
Yeah,
Anytime.
it's been fun, and I'm excited about what's in the future.
Yeah. So am I.
Good.
It's great rolling.
All right, man.
Okay.